Good day, everyone. So this is the continuation of Ms. Torres' discussion about the key principle of applied behavior analysis. Number 6 is shaping, gradually modifying existing behavior by reinforcing successive approximation of the target behavior. For example, if the target behavior is for a child to say daddy, the shaping procedure might involve reinforcing any vocalization that sounds like da, and then gradually increasing the required similarity to daddy until the target behavior is achieved. Number 7 is the chaining. Breaking down a complex behavior into smaller teachable units and linking them together to form a complete functional sequence. So this technique helps individuals learn new skills by reinforcing the connections between each step in the chain. So there are two types of chaining, which is the forward chaining and the backward chaining. Forward chaining starts with teaching the first step and progressively adds subsequent steps in order until the entire sequence is mastered. Pareha bitaw anang mag-toothbrush ka, di ba? Dapat mag-toothbrush ka, na-check toothpaste. Then first ang imong buhaton is magkuha kag toothpaste, then second one is abrihan nimo ang taklob sa toothpaste, then squeeze na nimo siya sa toothbrush. Namo na siya kanang by step bitaw with sequence and ang ikaduha nga types of chain is ang backward chaining. So backward chaining involves teaching the last step first, then progressively adding the preceding steps in reverse order. Number 8 is the modeling. Modeling demonstrating a behavior for an individual to imitate. So modeling is a technique in which the therapist presents an example of the desired behavior, either personally demonstrating it or providing a video or audio recording of the desired video. For example, in teaching social skills, a learner might be shown a video of a person saying thank you when given a toy or other object and then asked to repeat the behavior as the teacher hands them an object. Number 9 is the prompt and fading. Prompting and fading is using prompts to encourage a desired behavior and gradually removing them as the behavior becomes more independent. So, kaning prompting and fading, it helps individuals learn new skills and behavior. So, sa prompting, it involves providing cues or instructions to guide a person's behavior, while sa prompt fading, it gradually reduces the amount of support given over time until the person can perform the behavior independently. And one of the example of prompting and fading is how to brush your teeth. So the teacher will provide hand-over-hand physical guidance and then gradually fade to wrist, then elbow, until the student was able to brush their teeth without prompting. And the last key principle of the applied behavior analysis is the functional assessment. Functional assessment is identifying the purpose a behavior serves for an individual to develop interventions. At times, all children and youth can struggle with challenging behavior. If a challenging behavior interferes with the learner's ability to learn, then a functional behavior assessment is needed. It also functional assessment creates safety concerns or impacts in a child's development. And that's all the discussions of the key principles in applied behavior analysis. And now, I will divide you into two groups, and the two groups will demonstrate their knowledge about the ABA principles through role-playing. Very good! Kay nakasabot naman mo, so kindly get one of sheet of paper and you will make an essay consist of 2 to 3 paragraphs explaining the applied behavior analysis. Very good! In your assignment, kindly study and advance the next topic. And before we end our class, I have a question for you. Ms. Daguplo, what have you learned in our discussions for today? Okay, very good. I hope all of you learned about the applied behavior analysis. So goodbye and thank you everyone.